So I fought in Russia as an amateur, and I was a guest at the KGB. It was one of the greatest trips of my life. It was 2 weeks over there, all expenses paid, and the streets parted for us. I had so much fun. I told you guys the story of when I went skinny dipping in the Volga River. Now, I'm behind, I'm getting warmed up backstage at the fight. And I got a lot more other stories, but we're gonna go, this is a good one, this is a good one. I was warming up next to lions, tigers, and bears. Oh my. That was dumb, I'm sorry. So at the end of the 2-week trip, and I tell you what, the guys I were with, they were some drinkers. And vodka was cheaper than water over there. So they weren't feeling great. I felt pretty good because I'm a pretty sober guy. I did drink over there, but it wasn't really much. It was just, I was enjoying myself from time to time. Fight day came. They brought us over. And it was this giant, it was an indoor coliseum. Like everything was concrete. But it was an old circus building is what it was. And backstage, there where we were warming up, it wasn't particularly nice. And there were cages with animals all over the place. Because again, it was a circus building most of the year. So we kept getting closer to everything. No, get away, get away, get away, get away. So okay, we'll get away. But it was so cool. We were hitting mitts, we were grappling, and then we'd, kind of stumble on our head and be real close to the bottom of the cage where there was a tiger and a bear. And honestly, the tigers and bears, they probably wouldn't have cared. They were ignoring us pretty much entirely. But the Russians, they were like, da, I don't know. No, I know da is yes. Whatever no is in Russian, that's what they were saying. No, get away. I said, okay. But every now and then, and you'll know if ever you fought before or ever you're around fighters, the coaches will always clap the pads together because it sounds really loud. And we always say, oh, we're going to scare our opponent. We're going to let them know how hard you're kicking. And so you'd slap the pads together. So we'd slap the pads together real hard, and then you get the animals to perk up and kind of look. Not jump because they weren't intimidated by us. Although they should have been. I could have taken a bear. Boom, it would kind of tense up. We had so much fun. Now, when we left there, we were fighting one at a time. We kind of go out and watch, come back, warm up a little bit, go watch the next guy fight. Everybody on the team lost except me because, I'm me. Actually, I think because I was the soberest of us all. So everyone lost. But on my way, it was my turn to fight. On my way, because this was not a particularly nice setup, there were carpets and stuff all askew. I broke my toe walking to the cage. I stepped, it was my little pinky toe. Oh, it hurt so damn bad. It's like, kind of hopping on one foot down there. And there's nothing I could do about it. I was in Russia. If I win the fight, they were going to give me $900. If I lost the fight, I get nothing. Broke my toe. Oh, it hurt so bad. You all have kicked the coffee table at one point or another. And so I was hollering, oh God. And again, the animals, they perked up like, what's going on over there? And I went out there, and now the actual, where we were fighting, it was like a playground, schoolyard fence. Like it wasn't a UFC, rubberized fence. It was just schoolyard fence. And it was on puzzle mats. I mean, they were 1/4-inch puzzle mats. Oh, there's a cop coming. I'm gonna go this way now. Can't let him, oh, it's not a cop, it's a fireman. Sorry about that, guys. So there were puzzle mats stuck together, and they were firm, like they weren't gonna pop up. Sometimes puzzle mats will pop up, these didn't pop up. But I remember walking out and there were red and blue checkered mats on the ground. The ring girls, I remember them like it was yesterday. The ring girls were like, when you think of a circus, you think of the gals with the big feathers on their hats or on their heads, and they're in the skimpy, tight, bejeweled, bedazzled tunicate. I don't know what I'm saying. Tourniquet, no. What the hell word am I trying to say? They were tights. They were like tights from the 70s. Everything in Russia felt like it was 30 years earlier. It was all nice enough, but it all felt like it was America from 30 years earlier. So these gals, they were high kicking and dancing, and then the fight started. I shot him, and I hit him, and then he didn't get the take. I stuffed every takedown. But they announced him. They announced me, Smiling Sam, with a record of, I was 2 wins and 1 loss. That was it. Then they announced, all right, big hairy Russian guy. And I didn't know, I hadn't seen who I was fighting till he was walking out. He walked out and the dude looked like a bear. He looked like he belonged to one of those cages. He was the hairiest man I think I've ever met. Just hair coming out of his ears, out of his everywhere. And he was about, I'm 6'2", he's probably about 5'11", but heavier than me, just shredded big. And they announced his record, big hairy Russian guy with a record of, I remember, 30 wins, no losses, and 1 no contest in the championship of blah, 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 blah. I remember standing in the cage, turning to Dave Sixel, who was the coach of the trip, turning to Dave Sixel and said, Dave, what is this? He said, I don't know, just go hit him in the face. So, all right, sounds like a plan. So I went out there and did just that. He just shot at me the whole time and I stuffed everything. And then I hit him. It was 2 rounds, but if it was a draw or a split, it'd get a bonus round. So I went to the bonus round. And then he shot at me and I stuffed everything, hit him when I could. I ended up winning. I was the one American that won. I remember John White Trash Friedland. You guys can Google him. He used to be somebody. He was the big time fighter in Wisconsin when I was coming up. Like he was an actual pro, where I was just an amateur. But he was so much fun. I really love that man. He was good people. But backstage before my fight, he said, Sam, every fighter will have that day where he can be the hero of the day. It's your time to be the hero. I was the heaviest guy there, so I got to fight last. And there were thousands of people in attendance too in this concrete auditorium, stadium, coliseum. It was so great. And then I won and they cheered for me. And it was one of the best amateur experiences that has probably ever happened. The next day, they put me in a Holocaust train and shipped me off for 9 hours. I'll tell that story next.